Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second and 6. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Bears.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Fletcher Cox on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Let's go. Show it up. He's coming. We got double up. Check the backer. Check 31. Safe. You're up. On the ball.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check. Kill. Check safety.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Fields. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there and knocking it away and preventing that first touchdown.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check.
Operating from the gun. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Hey, Echo.
Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side. A gain of 6 there on first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Go. Waiting. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Waiting. Hey, Rip 5-2, on here. Sponge.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
2nd and 10. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Let's go, D.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action. Fields. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. Throwing on 1st down. Fields. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Kill.
Throwing again. Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Check hot. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch the eye.
Looking to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. From the 16, Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Two Jet. Great 15.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wentz, Khalil Mack. A milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Kill. 58, boys, 58, money. Here we go. Hey, seam 6. Hey, Stat. Greystone, travel. 46 down, man, 5-4.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
At their own 13-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I hope you brought your rest because I'm about to take you to school. Slam. 36.
first down and run with Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, baby! Yeah! The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
A gain of 15.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Go. 120! Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2 kill.
On first down, Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's Wentz to throw, looking for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wentz going to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's 4th down.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The final shot before break. Fields. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Back to throw. Fields. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
and it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense.
Black, come on. Go 58's the mic. Here we go. Watch out. 61, matchbox lights. Come on now.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here we go. 14, 82, 14. Safety's creeping.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Wentz now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On 2nd and a couple. Wentz. Looking right sideline, that's complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Point after here coming up. And that stretches the lead to 27. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 6. Mike's hot. 6. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Check 50. Watch twist.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check 99. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
Again, it's Cohen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
5'9", 5'9". 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
Now Wentz on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Let's go.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This quarterback now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Fields. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check. Kill.
From the gun, Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 4th down, Fields. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
at the 18-yard line.
There we go. Pac-Man. 180.
56.
Rip on 7.
Put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
They're on 15-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Cohen. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. He'll find Metcalf. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On 1st down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Hey, ready, kids. Mike's 56. I got it. Sponge.
Looking to throw. Fields. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
58's the money.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He completes it to Evans. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. The Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 33 and a first. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Eagles, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis,